Hello, tubers, and welcome to another Dr. Jet's unedited, unscripted, informational videos. Somebody asked about the little JetStepper racer I had the other day, and I thought I'd share the development of the JetStepper, and we'll see where it might go. Anyway, as I said before, it was originally designed by J. Turner, maybe 30 years ago, and it was called the Pool Racer. It was cut out of foam, had a styrene sheet bottom, and it was a single-stepped hydroplane. I shrunk it down to use a smaller motor. His was, another order of magnitude larger and ran a big car motor. And so I went through a number of motors and had some real issues with it. Had some issues with the motor mount being strong enough. And finally I had issues getting a good motor and a good coupler. Couplers at the time were hard to find. Now they're a little easier. One of the problems with this particular hull is it's so darned big that going downwind, it goes like stink. Going upwind, you can time it with a calendar. So while it had a lot of room in it, it just didn't work very well. So I said, I think I'm going to flatten this thing, make it like a pancake. And so I had this great plan. I was going to make a pancake one. Well, it was covered with Econocoat, and Econocoat has a couple of problems in that it doesn't stick that well, and the glue temperature is real close to the melting temperature on the styrofoam, so you've got to be really careful. And so I did another one, and I wasn't happy with the cover job. So I started covering it in pieces. And because it looked like a pancake, I was going to actually cover it with this and then maybe put this on it. What do you think? Or pancakes and maybe this. Huh? Would that be good on a little pancake? In the end, I decided to just go with Homie the Clown, because this looks kind of like a clown boat. It's Homie the Clown. So this was prototype number 2, and it got a little running, and it worked pretty well, but I was having problems fitting everything in, and again, the problem boiled down to the motor. Well, I worked on another couple of designs. I actually gave one away. Had a couple in this paint scheme. The first one was a little more squared on the sides here. And it didn't have I didn't put the non-trips on it like I did this one. I just squared the sides and wondered how it cornered. And I gave that to my buddy Wayne. And then this one we discussed the other day, and it had that 2030 motor in it, and quite frankly, that 2030 motor was just far too much power, and this thing, became the space shuttle. I have since ordered a 1410 size motor, which is considerably smaller, but uses the same 2mm shaft and the same spacing, so it should just drop right in here. I can still use this little 10 amp, or is it, no, I guess it's 5 or 10 amp. It's a little tiny speed control. Still use that little speed control, and away we'll go. So this one may get resurrected with another power plant. Then we briefly talked about this one. This one so far is the best running one I have, and this uses a little, what is it? It's a 1222 motor. Real tiny little motor. in this little tiny gearbox I made. And, you know, everything's as light as I can. Uber tiny speed control, servo glued in, no case on the receiver. This thing, all up, weighs 165 grams. With a battery in it, ready to go. It's about 225 grams, or just shy of 8 ounces. 8 ounces for a boat. You guys have speed controls that weigh more than 8 ounces. So there you go. And that's 8 ounces all up running with a battery. Well, now the question is, how do you make one? Well, here's how you make one. First, you get a template to route out the main hull. You put some stickers in it and you run this up against your router and you route this out. There's your main hull. Then you do your forward hull and your hatch. Then, here, this is cool. You take your forward hull and you put it on here and you hotwire it whoosh, down along these ramps here to give it the right angle of attack on your sponsons. And then, after the whole boat is together, you put it on here and you hotwire it across here, and it gives you your overall shape of the boat. So that's how I make the pool racer, which I now call the JetStepper. It was originally the pool racer. And so I have enough stuff to make a couple more. I have some extra sheets of styrene and, oh, what is this? Why, look at here. This is a sheet of 16th carbon fiber. You don't suppose that once I get the motor issue completely solved, you don't suppose I'm going to make another one? Let's see, how hard is it to make? You cut some foam out to these templates. There's 3 pieces: the lower piece, the main body, and the hatch. The hatch, the lower piece, the main body. Why, Shazam! I got enough there to build me a whole fleet of JetSteppers. So there you have it. The development of the JetStepper and where it's going next. I think the next one is we're going to go direct drive. The gear drive is cool, but it's a lot of work, and how many people can make a little gear drive? Bolt in a appropriate size motor and away you go. 8 ounces up and running. There you go, a jet out.